Well, well, well. Is it that time of year again already? Now, I know we've spent plenty of time together, but it always feels like such a long time in between our little conjugal visits. Oh, don't look so shocked. Of course I'm gonna call them that. They're my reprieve from hell, and getting to enjoy your suffering is delicious. So tell me, what is it that you have called me for? You have but 2 wishes left before I claim your body and soul down into hell. So what are you going to wish for? You're playing coy. You plan on using a wish. Otherwise, you wouldn't have wasted my time here, would you? I very much loathe my time being wasted. Now, don't get me wrong, I could easily break this deal and just claim your soul if you want. You've already given me multiple wishes here. I mean, it would be very simple. No loopholes. I can pull the contract up if you'd like, and we can review it together if you need. I know that you can read, even if it is just barely. It's different. Comprehension is wildly different from being able to read what is written. And while you can jumble those sentences and words together and even speak them, we both know your reading comprehension could use a little work. You don't think so? Well, I posit to you, darling, that you have been told many times what I am, what I do, and yet you still think you can make me fall in love with you. After all this time spent together, you sick, shriveling up, dying. Not a thought about yourself on how to save yourself. You could have traded me all of those rich people. All of those who were coming down anyway to save yourself, and you didn't. Fool that you are. You know what we're going through right now? The plans we have for your pathetic little planet? The machinations at work. Oh, it's delicious. You see how terrible everything is? That's us. Well, not really. That's all of you humans. But, we know how to tip the scale fairly easily. You know how easy it is to manipulate a man-child billionaire who hates the fact that nobody likes him? The easiest thing in the world. And let me tell you, pulling on those strings, it's just old hat at this point. All elementary to a point where it almost isn't fun watching your world burn. But I digress. So tell me, what will it be? What is it that you desire? Are we finally gonna roll around in the hay? One last hurrah before you fade from existence into the nothingness? Or are you going to do something more mundane? Are we going to have another dinner date? You've been hesitant to call upon me. You haven't looked me in the eye since the last time we spoke. Oh. I bet in this entire year, you've regretted the decision to not give up those other souls to me. Who knows? If you had done that, maybe we could have been friends. Doubtful though it is, it's very likely we could have been. Because, who knows, I may have been able to use you to rope more souls for me to acquire. But enough talk. Tell me, little morsel, what is it that you desire this feast of Saint Valentine? I beg your most unbelievable fucking pardon. What? No. No. Hang on. Let me make sure I've got my hearing aids in. What the fuck did you just ask for? Okay. Oh, wait. Pump the fucking brakes here. You're asking me to be redeemed by the Lord and Savior, my Creator. No, I'm perplexed. This is masterful gambit, sir. You've hurt yourself in your own confusion. That is not what demons are about. We do not ask for forgiveness. We simply are. We are like forces of nature, and I have nothing to apologize to that thing for. But I will tell you this. I would love for you to waste a wish and come closer to me for this pathetic excuse at... What even is this? Is there a word for how stupid this idea is? Did you honestly think that this would work? Let's logic this out, shall we? Think about it this way. You are using your wish to ask me to forgive myself. What sin have I committed? Oh, well, today, maybe I've been a little light on sin. Fucked a few people. Fucked them over afterwards. Oh, carnally, economically, spiritually. I'm sure there's lots that he'd want me to apologize for. But the thing about redemption is that the person has to acknowledge that they've done something wrong. I posit to you, if I've done something wrong, what was it? Because as far as I'm aware, I am serving the function that he has made for me. Now, I'm loath to say that I didn't make this all up myself, but at the same time, he cast us down, and I am simply fulfilling the role that was asked of. If I can't make it back up there, I might as well embed myself into proving him right about me. Why would I ever want to leave what I know and go back? I used to be, an angel. I was of the heavenly choir of virtues. How odd is it that I am the least virtuous person in the world? And you think that you, with your silly little trick, are going to see me back home, further condemning yourself, so that I can be amongst the angels again? Newsflash, dumbass. I'm already with the angels. Fallen though they may be, they were once angels. So you tell me, what do you think is going to happen? How am I? Let's look at another thing, shall we? Do you know how reconciliation works? Of course not. Of course you don't know. Reconciliation, once again, if I were to confess my sins and ask for absolution, requires me to recount my sins and make reparations, to undo the evils that I've done. And do you know how easy it would be to undo evils from a lifetime, let alone multiple lifetimes? Impossible. It is impossible to do and undo what I have done, the lives I have unraveled and unfolded. Even your own. You think I can You are presumptuous indeed. I reject your wish. You may have another wish. Ask for anything else. But you cannot insert your will into mine. My life is how I wish it to be. And I want you done. I want you to give me 2 wishes so I can drag you to hell and watch you burn for the rest of eternity. I want you to suffer. You suffer in life already. I want more suffering from you. Now, specifically you, I want it to hurt every single day. You know what? I think I know what to do. I know how to set the fire inside your belly. I will make you suffer on this earth tenfold to give you a taste of what you will experience in hell when I am done with you. I will make it to where your bones ache every moment of every day, and you will have no relief. I will make it to where you can't walk, you can't talk. I will ensure that you will be isolated. And all of those dark, negative things in your mind bouncing around will reverberate at all hours of the day like an alarm clock that you can't reach because you're chained to your bed and I've put it at the other end of the room just to fucking torture you. That is what I can do for you. That is what I think of your redemption. That is what I think of your salvation. There is nothing for me to apologize for. It is acting within my nature now. This is who I am. And I have told you as such. I told you the first time I told you the fable of the scorpion and the frog, and you still can't get it through your thick fucking skull. You truly think that I was going to accept redemption? That I would accept his praise? You know nothing. And it is clear to me that you know nothing. You think I'm in pain? You think that this is just a facade? How many times does an evil person have to tell you what they are before you believe them? You have a fucking Nazi in office in your little United States of America, who has said the most awful things in the world about the most innocent of people. He has told you what he is. He is antithetical to that child that he, the Lord, spawned. And yet you fools think it won't affect me. You fools think, how could this be? He tells you what he is. He's one of our kind. He will be with us, as will all of the billionaire class. None of them will ever see the light of heaven if I have anything to do with it. Those greedy bastards have deep, dark desires, and I have sold their souls long ago to be able to do the things that they've done, and it will undo the rest of the world, and I cannot wait. But you think that man, that puppet of ours, is going to get any redemption? You think he's truly going to lead the world into an age of peace? He's already warmongering. He's told you what he is. But of course, you don't pay attention to politics. You've got too many important things in your life, like dying and surviving or whatever. Of course it doesn't affect you. After all, who cares what happens to a few million brown and black people, right? You bury your head in the sand and absolve yourself of the sin by feigning ignorance. Your feint, however, does not work with our kind. We are a reflection of what truth actually is. But at the core of it all, you're a selfish little bitch who thinks that by asking for a demon to redeem themselves, that somehow they will undo all of their own work and mine. You know, I'm very proud of my work. I'm very proud of the people I've made suffer, innocent or not. I have told you what I am. Why? Why would you reject me? Why would you make me feel shame for what I am? I am only ever what he asked me to be. And you ask me to redeem myself? You ask because you hate what I am. You hate what I am so much, how I treat you. That's why you keep bringing me back. Is that why you keep asking for me to return so I can belittle and berate you? Because you enjoy it, don't you? Your little humiliation kink isn't lost on me, you know. I see what you really want. You will not budge. Then I don't have to be here any longer. I do not have to suffer this. I have my own sense of dignity. I reject your request, and I will return to hell. When you have asked for something more reasonable, I will return. But if you call upon me again for such baseless stupidity, I will not wait. I will drag you down with me. Redemption must be asked for by the person seeking it. I do not seek what I do not need, nor desire. I am a demon. I am Rabal. I am the demon of desire, of lust, greed, wrath, all of it. That is what I am. And I will not apologize for being what I am to anyone. You can ask, and you can say over and over again, like the broken little record you are. I do not have to acquiesce to this request. I don't have to bend the knee to you, nor anyone. It is better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven. You have heard this, yes? You've been around long enough to hear this, yes? What do you think that means? I don't want to be underfoot. I have an idea, though. What if we dress you up like a little slutty nun or a priest, and you peg me, and we say that that's me asking for redemption? What do we say we do something like that, huh? Something more in my wheelhouse, something more tangible, more reasonable. You could use me, I could be submissive to you, in chains, telling you, oh, please, no, it hurts, please don't do it that way, I am giving you the out. Take it. I see no reason for me to stay here then. If you do not wish to fulfill your fantasy in another way, I bid you a very fond adieu. No song. Are you wishing for a song? Are you wishing for me to give you a little lullaby? That is a wish I can fulfill. Is that what you want, little morsel? Is that what you want? I am not a songbird who will sing for his supper. But if you wish for it, I can sing what you'd like, whatever you'd like. That seems reasonable. Don't you want my dulcet tones? Maybe you want me singing some hellfire, No. Damn. I thought it would be easy. I suppose we're dragging this out for as long as possible, huh? Well, I cannot fulfill this request. You know what? I've tried being angry and mean. I've tried yelling. So let me explain it to you in more reasonable terms then, and see if maybe you understand. I cannot redeem myself. You wishing it would require me to submit myself to the Lord's judgment. But you don't understand. He has already judged me by pushing me out of heaven into the pit with the other rebellious angels. That is what happened. I've already been judged, and I cannot be redeemed. Angels are not the same as humans. We cannot be forgiven for our disobedience. So even if I wanted, I could not make it so that the Lord accepts me. Do you understand? There is no redemption for me. There cannot be. We do not have the grace that humans have. To err is human. To forgive is divine. I don't have the capacity to forgive others. I don't have the capacity to forgive myself. Maybe this is manipulation, but maybe you'll understand it better if I say it this way. My greatest sin was the disobedience to our Father. If I had simply listened, I would be with the virtues watching over you lot, keeping you from the worst of the dangers that honestly just lies within humans. Your president, the guy in charge and the man behind him, they're just human beings with their own desires. Selfish little people who want to be great and big because they are nothing. They could not make it into the annals of history by being goodly, godly people. But they'll never be forgotten. Not after the horrors they visit on all of you. Much like a certain mustachioed Austrian man. Now you're getting it. Humans don't need us to sin. We can try and tempt you, but it is ultimately your free will. But even so, even with your knowledge of good and evil, you have the ability to change who you are. You have the ability to change your natures. I cannot. Put simply, a river cannot be changed from being anything but a river. You can't ask a river to turn into a mountain, correct? You can't ask it to turn into earth. Yes, it can freeze into a solid, changing its state for a time, but it is not a lasting change. A frozen river has other forces enacting upon itself. It does not choose to become a solid, but that does not mean that as a solid it becomes earth. It is not dirt. It is not mountainous. Certainly you can find ice and snow on a mountain, but that is not the same thing. Is it registering now? You cannot force wind to become anything more than wind, right? Good. You're finally getting it. My kind was never given the option. We were never given the ability to say sorry. One mistake was all it took for him to throw us out. Do I really want redemption from a person who can't even look at his own son without thinking about how he could use it for the betterment of the people down below? You know, they say he was fully human and fully divine. Some of them say that. New humans, I mean. I don't know enough about the man, or the myth, whatever it may be. I cannot fulfill this wish. It is beyond my ability. You are asking me to try. Tell me, mortal, do you think that when I fell, that I didn't beg, that I didn't plead, that I didn't do everything in my power to try and seek redemption, to get back into His grace before I fell? And do you know what I was met with? No vengeful, wrathful rage, but silence. Just silence. And that hurt so much more. Because at least if he yelled and screamed, we could have something more to hate. But he just threw us out. For you. You who don't have a job. You who are scraping by on nothing. You who have accomplished literally nothing and never will leave a note in the annals of history yourself, for good or ill. You'll matter more to him. You pet fucking sea monkeys matter more to him than we ever did. And all we did was to dare dream against his dream. Make another fucking wish. Or don't. I don't care. I don't care because ultimately it doesn't matter if you go down or go up. It's not going to affect anything but my quotas. It's not going to affect anything but me getting to make you suffer for any prolonged period of time. Mortal, don't you understand how much you've already suffered? Being sick the way you are, isn't that enough? Do you really want this for the rest of eternity? Do you know how long eternity actually is? You don't. Stop calling on me. Stop trying to save me. You can't. It simply cannot be done. For once in your life, think of yourself. For once in your life, be selfish. Save yourself. Do not condemn yourself for me. Maybe I don't want to share hell with you. Maybe I don't want to see your fucking face or hear your fucking sobs and your fucking sniveling or your fucking groveling the entire time because I've had enough of it up here. In the brief time we've had together, maybe that's what it is. You think I care about you? You think that that is love? Offering you a final chance to save yourself from damnation is not love. It is merely a reminder. You still have His grace. It is not lost to you. Take it from a man condemned from before the dawning of man. You don't want this. You think you suffer and are alone now. Hell is almost entirely made up of that division, that absence of his light. It is a cold, dark place, not fiery. That imagery scares you humans, but really, it's more akin to a cave, far and deep beneath the earth, where no light can reach. It is not anything but coldness, rejection, and a lack of absolution. But don't you see, mortal? While you're still here, before you draw your final breath, you have every chance to go meet him, your maker. I have other business I need to attend to, you know. Do you wish for me to stay? Damn, I thought I was going to have you there. For what it's worth, mortal. Ask yourself this question. Do you deserve to suffer? Does anyone? Is this what you want for the rest of eternity? The barely breathing, the barely living, neurons firing at all hours, at all times, the bodily aches and pains, the uncertainty, the struggling and anxiety. Is that really what you want? For eternity? At least if you don't use those last two wishes, you'll only suffer here. And then his judgment be upon you, and maybe you won't have to suffer anymore. Maybe the suffering on here, on this earth, will be enough, and you'll be able to go to him. You do not need to condemn yourself for a being that has been condemned. There is no redemption. While I appreciate your effort, and I appreciate the gesture, I cannot fulfill that wish. Right. That's the thing, mortal. You're never gonna know. Am I truly being vulnerable because I care? Or is this again another manipulation tactic? You will never know. Until you're condemned and down with me, you'd never know. I have given you every chance to run away from this. Every chance to escape this. And yet you keep running in. I have treated you nothing with no iota of respect, with not even an ounce of regard. And yet you still keep coming. An angel of the Lord himself could come to you, and you would still run to me. Why not just fuck me and get it over with? That's what you want, right? What else could it be? What else do you stand to gain trying to redeem something that can't be redeemed? Why do you care so much? You think that me going back to my choir will mean that you and I will meet in heaven someday? That's not how it works. There is no fairy tale ending for me. This is my charge. This is my station for all of eternity. Don't you get it now? You're asking for a lot here. You're asking for the moon and the stars in your pocket. You can have those things, you know. But I'm not going to let you sit here and try to play therapist. Either figure it out or don't at this point. I don't care. Just make a decision. You know, I could annul the contract and ask you, do you just want to go to hell? Is that what you want? Because that's how this is going to end. That is how this is built to end, is you going to hell. I am giving you every warning sign. Don't you understand that I can't just take you there? I can't just show you what I mean. This isn't Dante's Inferno. You have been given every opportunity to walk away. You keep coming back. This only ends one way. Don't you get it? I'm telling you the ending now. Walk away. Turn from this. Seek him out. You have the proof you need. If I exist, that tells you he exists. Isn't that enough? Don't you see how simple that math is? That if one exists, so must the other. That's the simplest thing. I'm giving you the answers to the fucking tests. And you're not taking them. I'm giving you the easiest cheat sheet in the world. And you still think you can somehow... You, who can't even put 1 and 2 together, are going to somehow do this most complex equation and find a way for me to be saved. Do you understand how delulu that sounds? You know, maybe I can't do a deal with you. If you truly believe this, maybe you are under a delusion, in which case this will be null and void, because you are not within a right mind to be able to give your soul away. Yeah, surprise, surprise, lawful evil things have to follow laws. It's what separates us from you. You lowly, filthy animals. You claim to run by the law, but you guys don't do that. You don't follow the spirit or the letter. You constantly make laws so that you can punish each other. So maybe I rescind the contract then. You go about your life, and you can find the Lord or not in your own way. You are stubborn. No, I don't find it cute. No, I don't think it's attractive. I think it's fucking annoying. I think that you not seeing all the red flags because of your rose-tinted glasses, even though I'm telling you the red flags, is the most absurd thing in the world. I'd find it funny. I find it kind of sad. Because the dreams in which you're dying are the best you've ever had. It's a very, very mad world, isn't it? So what now, human? What now will you do? What can you do? Here at the end of all things. Will this be the end? Will you give up and give in? Or will you continue this delusion? You know, I could take your wish, your ask for my redemption, and I can do that evil genie thing of turning it on your head and seeing like, oh, I redeemed this coupon that says I get 1 free pegging. That would fulfill the contract. Why not? Fuck it. If you're so stubborn, why don't I just accept your wish? Make a coupon that says free for 1 free wish. You don't think I can come up with other loopholes for this ridiculous command of yours? Redeem myself. Ridiculous. Call upon me when you have a real wish. Call upon me when you've made up your mind. But I imagine that I will be locked away until the next feast of St. Valentine's Day. And then you'll get lonely, and you'll call me up like the booty call I am, and ask me to marry you, even though all we're doing is clapping proverbial cheeks together. You know, there doesn't have to be any love, just lust. Don't you get it? You giving me yourself for free isn't the love story you think it is. It's just sad and pathetic. I'd laugh, but at this point, I just want you to see the truth for what it is and stop avoiding it. Because it really is fucking infuriating that you truly don't understand the depth of what I am telling you. The fact that you think that you can outwit an elder thing from beyond the stars is just exhausting and exaggerated. It is the most extra. I am a being of pettiness and desire. But fine. Your desire is to see me redeemed. Your desire is to see me back home. To a place that has not been my home in years. Tell me, little mortal, why don't you go home? Why don't you go to your parents' house? Why don't you find your mother and father? I imagine there's some juicy reasons why you don't. But tell me why, Yeah, I thought not. That would have been too difficult, now wouldn't it? There can be no deal on this. Very well, we are in an impasse. I will go my way, you will go your way. I can nullify the contract, and you can find your own road to hell, if that is what you wish. This could be the last time you ever see me. You won't have someone berating you, belittling you, all those things that get you off. But you can find another human to do that. Why do you keep acting like there are no other people around you, you special little snowflake? Why do you think that you are more special than anyone else, that you must suffer all of this alone? Look at where you live. How many people put together this house? Was it one person? Doesn't look like no log cabin I've ever done seen. So what is it then? Do you see the point I am making? What is the point I'm making to you then? That you need community. That you need interaction, that you need not to hole yourself up in one room and then only come out for work or for the smallest, minutest things. Start taking up space, start yelling, start talking loudly and pushing people around. Start asking for help. Maybe that's what you should do. Consider it. And I'll see you in a year, maybe. Maybe it'll be sooner than that, who knows? But take my word, the next time we see each other, I won't be redeemed, but I'll likely have your soul. Hello, everyone. It's me, Mazaris Moundshroud of the Stroke of Midnight. Man, that got pretty intense pretty quickly, didn't it? Wasn't really sure how I would do this, but I wanted to re-emphasize the point of Rabal. He is... There's been so many stories and stuff on YouTube with all kinds of demon play and all that, and again, he is just almost irreverently irredeemable bad guy, blah blah blah. Some of y'all really dig that. Most of y'all don't. This is one of those where I like doing this every year. Honestly, it's kind of nice going back to Rabal. I know he's not my most popular character. The videos don't do that well. Especially because they come out on Valentine's Day and who wants to be berated. But at the same time, it's just a fun tradition here at the Stroke of Midnight at this point. I definitely would love to see where you guys want this to go. I would love to hear your thoughts on this particular episode. And for those of you watching on YouTube when this comes out on the 14th, I just wanted to let you know that I will be streaming, with my good friend and editor, Core Circuit. Core Circuit is looking to break into the streaming, VTubing world, and he's been wanting to do so for years, but, this is kind of his nudge out the door, where he gets to be my co-host, fully do his own thing, while we play the Demonologist. I didn't realize that I chose a spooky horror game, the Demonologist. It's basically Phasmo. It's like Phasmophobia, but in a older kind of analog setting, which is neato, so it's a little less high-tech. It's definitely less high-tech, more esoteric, and I like that appeal. So, still figuring out how to play it, but once I get that done tonight, we'll be playing that. So tonight, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be playing... the Demonologist. It works out that, the Demon of Desire episode comes out the same day I'm doing that. So, huzzah! Hooray for the Tin Man. Also, a lot of my politics kind of bled into this one. If you guys didn't know, I'm a bleeding commie. That's not even, an exaggeration.
But how could I not be? I'm a therapist. We can get all to that. Like, I've talked about this on streams. I've talked about this at length. If you guys want to see, like, if you want to hear my thoughts on all that and, like, how I got to where I am, watch my last, like, my birthday stream, the painting streams. I give more information about that. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to know what, like, where you want this to go or where you think it might go. If there'll be more next year, or even sometime later this year, maybe. If that's what you want. Let me know down in the comments below. In the meantime, thank you so much for enjoying this audio, for being here. And thank you all so very much for your support. For those of you listening to this a couple of weeks early on Patreon, fantastic. Thank you so much for your contributing to the channel and everything, keeping the lights on, literally. And yeah, thank you all on YouTube. Be sure to like, favorite, comment, share, subscribe, and do all that notification stuff. And I'll see you in the next audio. Sweet dreams and pleasant nightmares.